Hello, everyone. This is Charlie at BTL. This is a test run. This is setting things up to start a series that I'm going to title Base and then capital N, the Lord. Base sin or base in the Lord. Okay? See, because it's been different times where I actually had to leave worship on the bass and it was just me. Been many times when I would do that because I would go to different places and that's just what I had to do. So, but the many years training under Prophet Kim Clement, uh, it put me in a position to where I was able to do that, and basically being able to trust in God and just being up there being free. That's exactly how Kim was, and that's what he instilled in all of us, and I really grasped that because it was important that that we be free with him and be totally transparent. Remember back in the day when I first got on the worship team, it was stated that I had to be transparent, but their understanding of transparent or what they presented to me was that I couldn't be Charlie. In other words, what I did in the world, if whatever I did on a gig, they said you can't do that here. Your expression, how you perform, how you express yourself musically on a gig in the secular, you can't do that in the church. You had to be someone or something else. And I remember just really having a hard time with that. Not until I met and I started worshiping with the prophet, and he brought an understanding and said, no, why would you give God less than who you really are? Why would you try to be someone else than being who you are? Because see, that's God didn't save someone else. He saved Charlie. He came and he snatched Charlie out of the gates of hell, out of the clutches of the enemy. And so why would I try to be anyone different than who he saved? And so that's the understanding that I got. And so with Prophet Kim Clement, we learned to worship in freedom. You know, the Bible says that we worship in spirit and in truth. And you know, that word I've already given a teaching about that worship is not just getting together and worshiping God as a congregation or as a corporate body only. It's not just that. Worship is a lifestyle. Worship is your relationship with God. Worship is something that it should be something that you love to do. So that means that every moment of your day, at some point, you think about God. You just realize that you are here because of God. You realize that you are able to do what you are able to do because of God. And so that's what true worship is. And so what we learn is how to be free in our expression, not to be showboaty, but to be free. There's a huge difference. Letting God use you in the totality of what He's gifted you with, being able to do that and then be free in that expression. And then, because once you understand that, then you don't need to be using pride or anything like that. You coming to Him faithfully in spirit and in the truth of who He is in you. And once you get that understanding, once you get that revelation, then uh, be yourself, because then that's who God is going to connect with. He's going to connect with you. He's not going to connect with a pseudo you. He's not going to connect with a placebo. He's going to connect with you. So that's one of the things that I learned. And so I remember just at times I just get on the bass and I just start praying, playing. And I just start worshiping, just start. You and I, we are one. You and I, we are one. are the same today, yesterday, and forever. We are, you and I are one. This is a song on the Lord. God is singing to me right now. He said, you and I are one. You and I are one. You and I are one, says the Lord, because I have done everything for you. I've done everything for you. Why does he say that? Because I am the author and the finisher of your faith, of your faith. I'm the author and finisher of your faith, of your faith. I'm the author and the finisher of your faith. I'm the author and the finisher of your faith. Hallelujah. And what I've learned from that, doing stuff like that, is that yes, it's untidy. It's not exactly altogether perfect. And sometimes it doesn't, maybe grammatically or lyrically, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't rhyme. But you see, I just decided to just start singing. And I felt like God instantly started singing about me, that he started saying to me that he and I were one. And then he said, I am the author and the finisher of your faith. So he is the author and the finisher of everything that we are. As a matter of fact, I like that, the author, because he's a writer. So that indicates that everything that you have done, he's already written down, and everything that you shall do is already written down, because he says, I'm the author and the finisher of it. He's the author of the book in heaven that he has specifically written for you and I, and it is complete. All we got to do is step in his lane and get with him and start walking with God and really trusting in God, not trusting in yourself, not trusting in man, but truly yielding yourself to the Spirit of God. And then you will walk that he's already walked for you. So that's one of my little short teachings, and just something that I'm going to start doing. Um, I don't know what else to say, but other than the fact that this is something that I'm branching out in, that I'm going to start doing. And, God has taken me in a very interesting direction now with Prophet Kim passing on. Um, I've always stood in the background, and I've always been a person that never really wanted to go out front. But when it was time for me to go out front, I gladly did it. But I've entered a season now that I know that everything that was imparted into me for the last 25 years, it is time for me to step out. It is time for me to go forth and to begin to do what God has instilled in me, what he has imparted into me through his servant, Prophet Kim Clement. And I would be doing God a disservice if I continue to just sit back and just say, well, what am I supposed to do? I guess I just twirl my thumbs. No, I'm not here to twirl my thumbs, but I am here to take this thumb and slap this bass. Or like Victor used to do. Me and my bass. bass guitar. Love you. Peace.